But I have this 88 Series 3 1974 truck, and I'm really excited about the fact that it's getting a nice facelift today. This piece of trim was here, and the 110's trim is fitting on here really nice. I just got it set in place, and some tape where I had, put some stuff to keep the screws in place. But the fascia back here is fit in beautifully. I just got to undo the upper deck to get it to slide even in. The stereo used to be down here when I got this truck, but I am also not going to be able to use this plate in the 110, so I brought it over and brought over the stereo cowl, and it's going in nicely. And then the odd thing is air conditioning. Well, yeah, I own a right-hand drive. It's about a $3,000 unit, and this truck is going to get an engine swap. When we do that, we'll get the proper guts underneath the hood for the AC system, but this dash is fitting up in here beautifully. And so this 1974 Series 3 is going to be a pretty little truck going down the road, even if you could only appreciate it from the inside. But anyway, I'm going to continue mounting this, and we'll get the inside prettied up and then get thinking about this truck. We're going to hold it in place for a few months before we start doing the restoration on the exterior as well. But what an exciting day. That's a huge savings that I can put into this truck for this client. Gone ahead and made all the templates, and we've made the mounting brackets for the dashboard up in here. This side doesn't have the stereo hole where you typically would mount this bracket in the two provided holes in the dash, whereas that side did, and with a little bit of modification we used one hole, shifted and adjusted. I then took the template of the wiper motor cover. Well, I actually took a wiper motor cover from my truck over onto a dash, onto my bench, as well as this piece, made a template, and now I know that that's going to mount. The piping that has to go through the bulkhead, through the footwell, passes through a nice rubber grommet that sits centered 13.5 inches off the sidewall. I'm measuring off the sidewall because this is now in place, and this is a fixed piece on the sidewall of the dash, meaning the measurement will be the same to the piping from there. So, that being said, 13.5 inches over. An interesting thing about a 110 is that this section here is about 2 inches thicker. It's about this thick. So the idea of, well, how did I figure out where to center that? Well, I took a measurement off of the base of the dashboard, and then using just some basic geometry, I know that the center should be right at about 12.25, and I know that I can be off a little bit, but not much. We're talking like 1/8 of an inch, kind of not much. So anyway, I've got the whole board through here, and I look like I've got my rubber in without deformation. So what am I talking about the issue? Well, if you're a series owner, you know exactly what that bolt was, and you also know exactly what I've just cut out. The frame stay for the bulkhead, which of course keeps everything true, everything square, everything framed up nicely, goes there. I've had to remove it, and what I'm going to do is I will fabricate it so that it comes up at a slight angle and it'll just hit here. Of course, I'm probably going to also have to make some adjustments to it once I see how the piping's going to run for this unit. But for now, I just want to get the dash unit off the ground and somewhat in a safe location, and I figure installed is pretty much the safest location I can do it, so long as I tape off the area here so that nothing can get up into the piping system. So all in all, it absolutely does fit, and I know I'm about to push that through and we'll be able to mount this. The question is going to be then just a matter of some of the touch-up work, and then of course running the duct work and piping. When we get the 300 TDI in here, it'll be a little bit of a different matter for how everything's going to fit, but I've got a lot of room up in here for the air conditioning condenser and fan. And the only thing I'm concerned about is apparently on the Steve Parker 300 TDI modification, the alternator on the 300 TDI is supposed to foul the frame, so it's supposed to come up and sit in the air conditioning mount. I need the air conditioning mount, so I'm going to have to do my own fabrication for where the alternator will stay in order for the belt systems to work. Anyway, but the question today is, can you get a air conditioning system from a current model truck or all the way back into the late 80s, early 90s and get that in there? And the answer is yes, you can, but know that you're going to have some of this project ahead. I'll do a follow-up video So, if you don't see a follow-up video, you know we hit a dead end, but you know you'll see a follow-up video. And we'll get this going. Well, I'm being called in for dinner, and the timing is actually really good. The AC unit is inside of a Series 3. This is off of a brand new kit that you can put into a 110. I've just got to run the drain line through this hole right here. Why not just do that while we're talking? Now the truck will pee while driving, which is great. And of course, other than these scratches right here from pulling the box cover in and out, which is poor design, this is up and in, and I just have to put in the bolt that helps secure it to the center of the dash, which I modified and made a better one. And the careful incision is through, and the plumbing is through. So at the very least, I have this up and out of the way. I'll protect that so it can't get dirt and grime on it, and get those bolts secured. This truck isn't driving right now, but the main thing, of course, is now I will go to work on fabricating the bulkhead stay and just giving it a little bend inward so that it comes up right here, right inside of it. Of course, my concern is going to be that I might have some plumbing to deal with, so maybe I might actually bend it outward, but I'll figure that all out next.